Om
Ram Jai Ram, Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Om Pranam Swamiji.
Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Hari Om Hari Om
Hari Om.
Hari Om Pranam. What was the message?
Padmaji, will you please tell your question? Padmaji? Hari Om, Padma?
Can you hear?
Her mic is off.
Her mic is off, it's Padmaji's mic is
Correct,
off.
we are talking. Hari Om, Padma?
Mute.
Will you please repeat your question?
Yeah. Gurudev's one sentence is activities may fail, but actions do not.
Activities?
They
Maintained.
fail.
Activities maintained, action is not.
I can't understand. Activities?
Activities may fail.
Fail.
Yes.
Activities fail, actions do not.
Yes.
Under what context?
That was the message. We all got in the group and we were all trying to.
No, where from you got this? We should know the before and after, If we have to really understand why he has used that particular usage, we should know under what context he made. Normally what we say is, when there is a big crowd and a disorderly crowd, the people go there, or the policeman go there, or the leader goes there, and on his top voice, he declares, silence. That is an activity. But a person who is respectable, that the policeman's action may succeed, may fail. But a person who is balanced, who is revered, who is respected, who is calm, who is contented, when he goes to the mic and say, with the moment he goes there on the seat, everybody keeps silent. So there is no activity, but action is there. Activities may fail, but action do not. It depends upon the person's capacity, inner qualitative enrichment. The moment he comes there, we shared, many of you might be last week or 10 days back, I don't remember exactly, when the Indo-Pak war was going on. We were employed at that time in Chennai. That was in 1965. India was passing through terrible crisis. We don't have sufficient gold. We don't have sufficient food. We were passing through a most stressful period, and the war is on. At that time, there was a meeting in a place called Congress Grounds in Tenampet, where that revered leader, Kamraj, who was no longer having any position, but the moment he came to the scene, everybody kept quiet. Otherwise, they were all talking. There was pin drop silence. And he said, why everybody is looking? Let somebody bring one, bed sheet or something, dhoti or something. Immediately that was placed before the ladies. He looked at them and said, if you have 2 rings, put 1 ring. 2 bangles, 1 bangle, 2 chains, 1 chain. We were a witness to that, Normally, ladies are so possessive of ornaments. We have seen they form a queue and start delivering it. And looking at our side, he said, "Why are you still keeping quiet? Let somebody bring one dhoti or a bed sheet. Put money." Everybody, whatever they have, they put the money. Nobody asks for any receipt. Nobody asks for anything guarantee, Why, The person who asks is a man of integrity, character, simplicity, honest, upright, selfless to the core. So the activity is not there. Action is there. Suppose I give a long lecture about the needs of the nation. People may hear, may not hear. But a person of that stature, when he goes there, without second thought, people start putting. So we would like to know under what pretext Papa made the mention. Broadly speaking, actions don't fail when it is coming out from a person of that stature, Mahatma. Activities are normal. Everybody is involved in activity. That can fail. But actions emanating from a Mahatma, whose self-interest is zero, whose expansion of love circle has reached beyond our imagination, whose dedication is complete, there he doesn't need any activity, action follows. Now tell us, where from this God?
Padma.
Behind the activities,
behind
the body, mind, intellect, all the three are involved in.
Behind the activities.
So if the particular activity is with the body, mind, intellect, it is not a thing that can fail, because the body does it, the mind is thinking about it, and the intellect does the discrimination, then the reaction is not failed. A random activity can always fail. Am I right?
Total involvement, we cannot say it will succeed, because ultimately God decides, You strive hard, but even the Tirupapaliyur incident, just imagine. So if you tell us the quotation which you said, under what pretext it was used, through an anecdote we may be able to understand. Otherwise it's only intellectual gymnastics. Through anecdote we try to understand. There was a time when this prasad distribution was going on in ashram in the evening. Devotees who come here, they see somebody doing it, they will also volunteer. And by evening, all the locals will come in. It became and we used to get newspapers from Mangalore to cut into pieces, and Shuddhananda Swami was very particular about meticulously distributing it. But it became unwieldy. The line will be from Bhajan Hall to the gate, arch. Can you imagine? And there will be total chaos. But it was not stopped. One day it became so unruly, he came running to Swamiji's room and explained. Puja Swamiji, with his usual umbrella, started walking towards Bhajan Hall. The moment he reached there, everybody became quiet. And Swamiji remained there till the distribution was over. Everything, not a word he uttered. Action, activity. So we try to understand all these words through such anecdotes, which we have seen, which we have witnessed. Similarly, under what pretext these words, quotation has come. Otherwise, it may be our views, our concept. It need not necessarily be right or wrong. It may be an intellectual finding, but we want to know the real meaning of it. For anything and everything, we would like everybody to rely upon what God has shown us through action, either through our own experience or by making us to witness. Then only we will be able to understand. So if you can tell us from where you got this, we will be able to say in what context he said.
I'll find out, Swamiji.
Oh, please. Okay. Acha, now, yesterday we were talking about 4 or 5 stanzas. Why we are concentrating on that, if you open glimpses of divine vision, the first chapter in Papa says, first you must go to the origin of your and the world life. That is the first stepping stone to spirituality. Many of us would have bought it, would not have applied their mind. Now he says, first and foremost thing is, you have got that book? No.
Glimpses, huh?
Glimpses. Otherwise I got it here.
No, everything, all the 3 are.
No. This is glimpses of divine vision. You open. What is religion? On those days, religion was not misused. It stood for spirituality. Unlike today, when it splits, divides the people. So here he says, try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. To know who you are in reality is the real quest. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect, and then, embarking on the realm of the spirit, realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. This constitutes religion or spirituality. So the first thing here, the Nam Seva Dhyan method he has given to us for knowing this. That is why he is prompting us now. You try to go to the slokas which highlight the source, the origin. So today, when we were just coming out, suddenly he directed us to the 7th chapter and 6th sloka. Etat yonini bhutani sarvani ityupadharya aham krishnasya jagad prabhava pralayas. Know that these 2 prakritis are the womb of all beings. I am the origin and dissolution of the whole universe. Please understand that all things in this world are the products of these 2 sources. In the universe you can see nothing outside of these 2, consciousness and matter. You can see everything, either chit or achit, nothing else. Yoni means source. These are my 2 natures. Through these 2 natures, I am the origin and dissolution of the whole universe. Papa wants us to go to the origin. So in order to concretize our commitment towards this, he is motivating us to go to the song celestial Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And till yesterday he was giving 5 slokas. Today he is also giving one more sloka. All of us have to do some thinking. The commentary of Shankaracharya on this verse is very beautiful and thought-provoking. I, the all-knowing Lord, am the cause of this universe through the twofold nature. What is the cause or source of this world? We ask this question. What is behind this world? The word cause is used in the sense in which it is used in Sankhya philosophy. I am the cause of this universe through twofold nature. Ordinary nature, which you study in physical science, and extraordinary nature, which you study as intelligence or consciousness. That is the science of spirituality. These are the two aspects of one single reality. That is why Papa in the Speaks, he says on the last but one chapter, material science and spiritual science should go hand in hand. It is not two. Spirit and matter are the two sides of the same coin. Matter and spirit. We don't have to belittle the importance of anything. Whatever exists has come from these two, from one or the other. When we study cosmology, that's all right. So Krishna says, I am the cause of this universe as the eternal self of all. Through my twofold nature as Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti. Both are part and parcel of my nature. So here we are chanting the name of God, Ram Nam, and Ram stands for the subtle and mysterious power. And he says he is Ram is the only reality. Ram is a subtle and mysterious power that pervades and sustains the whole universe. See the words of the Bhagavad Gita and this. He is present in all things and in all creatures who only appear as separate entities due to their ever-changing forms. To wake up from this illusion of forms is to realize at once the unity or love of Ram. So it was about 2 years ago that Ram first kindled in the heart of his humble slave Ramdas a keen desire to realize his infinite love. To strive to approach to understand Ram is to recede from the world of vanishing forms, because Ram is the only truth, the only reality. Ram is a subtle and mysterious power that pervades and sustains the whole universe. To realize this great truth, we who through ignorance feel as separate individuals should submit ourselves to the will and working of the infinite power, the infinite love Ram, who is one and all-pervading. By a complete surrender to the will of Ram, we lose consciousness of the body, which keeps us aloof from him, and find ourselves in a state of complete identification and union with Ram, who is in us, everywhere around us. This is how Papa started the In Quest of God. Before the first chapter, he explains about Ram. That is why he insists that we should try to understand what Ram stands for, who Ram is. And then he is directing us to Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Source, my origin. Because now I start only from my level now, body, mind, intellect level. I have never understood that there is a power behind this. This is the fundamental drawback I have. So now the spiritual preceptor says, you have been so far evaluating, studying, reacting, everything based upon from this level. First try to know your source. The source and then you as an individual. Papa also says, try to go to the origin of your and the world life. So this Yatat Yonin, this particular sloga enables us to, we must be free. Everybody is struggling to be free, So Krishna, it's a long, I should tell them, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Ekoham, Bhavishyam. For this particular sloga, 10 pages are there, commentaries. So seventh verse makes a great utterance here which has inspired our Indian thinking. Sri Krishna, identifying himself with the supreme reality, uses the word, I therefore exist in all things. Now we understand, we are chanting the name to know this, to realize this, to actualize this. Actualize what? I therefore exist in all things. I am the start. The subtle and mysterious power is the starting point, not the little I. We are limited. We are separate from each other. But Bhagavan Sri Krishna can say that he exists in all things. And in the next sloga, he says, Matta Paradaram Nanyadu Kinchidisti Dhananjaya Maisarvam idam prodam sutre maniganaiva. Papa also quotes this. Beyond me, there is nothing higher. All this is strung in me like a row of pearls on a thread. A very profound verse. There is nothing higher than myself, the ultimate reality, the infinite pure consciousness, which we call as Brahman. There is nothing paradaram, superior, higher. Na anyad kinchit asti. There is nothing other than that reality. That is why in the beginning of the chapter he said, I am going to tell you of the totality of the reality. Nothing outside of it is there. That consists of these two factors, object and subject, kshetra, kshetrajna, the known and the knower. And as we may say in physics, the quantum phenomena and its observer. Therefore this unity is ultimate, beyond which there is nothing. Matta paradaram nanyadu. Nothing else exists superior to or beyond me. The next line is a marvelous. Maisarvam idam prodam sutre maniganaiva. The whole universe is strung in me like pearls in a string. That string runs through all the pearls to make the garland. You cannot see the string. You see only the pearls. That string is me, the Antaryami. The one that is in the heart of all things, extremely subtle, not visible to the senses. So, Mayi Sarvam Idam Prodam. Idam means this. This manifested universe. We have this teaching in Vedanta, and that makes a tremendous difference. The universal outlook of Indian culture comes from this teaching. We can see a human being from outside. You can judge him from his or her color or height. Many other variable attributes of individuals are there. They are all visible. But there is one invariable, invisible attribute in all individuals in this world. What is that? The thread that runs through all of them. The divine inner self. There we are all one. So judge a person from that point of view. Now it is becoming clear. As we enter this room, hall, we will find Papa's inaugural speech on 15th May 1931, at the time of inaugurating Anandashram. There he said the ideal of the ashram is universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity in all. So universal love and service become possible only when we reach this stage where there is no otherness. So far we have been reading, based upon the vision of divinity. It is for that purpose he has prescribed Nam Seva Dhyan. Each one should direct us to this common denominator. Divinity in everybody. So we are chanting the name of one who is within us, who is making me to chant. He is the power, the spirit behind my chanting. Papa specifically asks us. These are the ways by which, we make the chanting more and more effective to feel and experience the presence of divinity in all. Kindly think about it. Now we also think that Papa did not elaborate or write anything on any other scriptures, but he did write on Bhagavad Gita, Gita Sandesh, because it is interlinked, All other scriptures are also valid, but here it is easy to understand. Through the words of wisdom of Lord Krishna, he is bringing all these. So when we read this, yes, we have heard during his talk on what is spirituality, you will find, or in some other talk, this Sutre Maniganaiva. Because the string is not seen, but without the string, the mala will not be there. Outwardly, we only see the pearls or the flowers. But there is a string which combines everything, which is the sustainer, which is the supporter. Because of the string only all these things exist. Yes. So he brought a beautiful analogy. Maisarvam idam protam sutre maniganaiva. Tremendous difference. We can see a human being from outside, you can judge him or her from his or her color or height. Many other variable attributes of individuals are there. They are all visible. But there is one invariable, invisible attribute in all. What is that? The thread that runs through all of them. The divine inner self. There we are all one. That truth came to India very early in our cultural history. Throughout the ages, we produced outstanding sages and thinkers who applied this idea of universality, non-separatedness. We are all separate from the sensory point of view, but deep down we are all one. That is the Advaitic vision that came to us very early in history, that made India a land of universal sympathy, a land of toleration and understanding. We cannot sufficiently thank these great sages who gave such a profound vision to the people belonging to not only a tiny island, but to the subcontinent of this great country. And today, the world is searching for this very vision of human unity and harmony.
Swamiji, so that means we all are connected, whether we know each other or not. We are all connected.
We are all connected. First, we will accept these words. And now we feel we are separate. Then we are trying to understand what is it that separates me from others. And what is it that will make me to unite with others. And then as we keep on traveling, with the help of our sadhana after pod, Nam Seva Dhyan, we have been promised, assured by Papa, that we will be marching ahead towards the goal. So we don't have to take anything new. We have to bring in the quality, while chanting, while doing everything right from morning till evening. And also while trying to go inward to feel His presence. So this Nam Seva Dhyan, it gets a new light. Previously we were doing it as a discipline. We may not be able to understand deeply. The moment I get up, why should I fold my bed sheet, keep the pillow in its order? Probably as a discipline. No, now it is not. We know it is His product. He gave us this, the bed sheet, the pillow, the bed cover, the blanket, the cot, the building, the electricity, through His chosen instruments. So we are trying to feel His presence right from the moment we get up. This is seva. And when we take the brush, when we put the paste on it, we remember. When there was no brush, you made somebody to. Through somebody you gave this brush. Through somebody you gave me the paste. Like that, I may fail, forget in bringing everything. But at least to 1, 2, 3, 4, I may be able to. When I sit for my breakfast, when I get idli or sambar or upma, or what you call dosha, anything, immediately I remember when there was no dosha in the world. You made somebody to think about dosha. I don't know him, but I'm enjoying him. So it gets a new dimension now. I am there in everything. Not merely in individuals, in temples, in Atma, ashrams and Mahatmas. I am in everything. So this, when Mataji was telling, this is Papa, that is Papa, none of us understood. But now we try to slowly understand, There is nothing other than that reality, There is nothing higher than which you call Brahman. We have this teaching. Think about it. We may be able to dig so many things. Mai in me, sarvamidam prodam. Mani means Maniganaiva, gem or pearl. Like so many pieces of gems all strung together in a garland of the thread. Sutra is, Sanskrit means thread. The divine reality is called by various names like Sutratman, Anantaratman, Antaryami, and the one inside. We are all separate, but the thread unites all of us. In the political language, we say we are all separate, but as citizens of India, we are all one, belonging to one republican state. Otherwise, physically speaking, we are all separate. This was a profound discovery you find in the Upanishads. You are trying to find out what is that thing. In genetics, we say it's a DNA, RNA. These are all observable phenomena. But go deeper, still deeper if you can, and you will find nothing but the divine as the inner energy that manipulates the process in that living cell, in this body, in this universe, everywhere. That is the one reality, that is the idea that Krishna expresses here in a small verse. So we have to keep on connecting, Otherwise, it becomes academic again. We are not worried in learning by heart this sloka. We are trying to understand the real meaning, real purpose of initiating us with the holy and all-powerful Ramnam, and asking us to ensure that outer activities are compatible with inner aspiration. All these were words to us, sentences to us, and our limited mind has interpreted, and we have been trying to live up to it. As we find the progress is not to the extent to which we expect, we are now trying to understand more and more clarity on the methodology we are prompted to take up. So when we are struggling, now he is providing us through these slokas. It also means that when we make a earnest and honest attempt, in a mysterious way he provides what will give us more clarity. Again we will go back. Papa says, we must go to our source. Try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. To know who you are in reality is the real quest. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, that we can name it as Nam Seva Dhyan, transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect. That is, from the me level, I am looking at the world. I am trying to picture myself, portray myself. I have an image of myself from this level. My body, mind, intellect. Papa asks us to go to the origin of this body, mind, intellect. So by a systematized process of thought and discipline, transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect, and then embarking on the realm of the spirit, realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. This is how, actually this book is not written by Papa. Many of you might be knowing, Bhavani Shankar Rao, a great devotee, on Papa's 61st birthday, brought out this book under the head Glimpses. These are all culled out from various unpublished letters, 33, 34 and 35 of Papa, and arranged under appropriate headings by the devotee. Papa has okayed it. So that is why authoritatively we can say Papa has okayed it. And Papa okayed that this should be the first one in this small book that lays the foundation of our spiritual life, spiritual journey. Origin. I am not what I assume myself to be. So for that, he chose Nam Seva Dhyan, and he is placing before us that method. There is an easiness in that method. It is not easy, but easiness in the sense it can be tried anywhere, at any place. There are no prerequisites or preconditions. As soon as we get up, it doesn't say that you should have a bath, you should sit facing the east, nothing like that. You should observe this, you should observe that. No. Easiness in the methodology. It is the toughest methodology. Otherwise all of us must have reached there, no? Because we have been chanting for decades. We are asking of ourselves what happened. In his case, he chanted only for 2 years and he could scale the heights. Mataji could do that in 2 years. But we are chanting for decades. Still. So now he makes us, okay, it's all right. Nothing has gone in vain. At least you have started developing a taste for Ram Nam. Now you look here, the purpose of chanting Ram Nam is to know your own origin and the origin of the world outside. So these 5 or 6 stanzas of Bhagavad Gita, there may be many more, they throw light that he is the only one, he is the only one. He means not an entity, the subtle and mysterious power is the origin. To become aware of it, to know that intellectually, my spiritual preceptor helps me. I was not knowing until he drew me to himself. But we should not stop there. And he is now pushing us on that direction. It has to be done by ourselves. And in the chapters,
Pranam, Swami.
Pranam.
May I ask one doubt, Swamiji? May I ask one doubt?
Okay, ask.
Swamiji, may I ask one doubt?
Tell me.
Now all these Papa's devotees, they are quite regular coming to ashram, or those who can't come to ashram, they sing Ram Nam, chant Ram Nam, and read Papa's books. try to follow everything that is written. And mostly, wherever I have met Papa's devotees, they are very regular and steadfast in their belief and faith. And they read Papa's books and all. And not for the comparison's sake, but so many other people, Gondavlikar or all other devotees I have seen, it is not for the comparison community, but they feel that their Guru is topmost. But Papa teaches us that all things are equal and they are all valuable, like they are all important in our life. So this our ashram devotees, they are more steadfast and in faith and universal Papa feelings. But still, something is standing in the way that we cannot reach the ultimate, what Papa has told us. So what it can be, Swamiji? What can it be?
It can be only, as you said, there are so many things that we are being blessed with, but still we feel inadequate, insufficient. So now he is taking us more and more clarity on the word Ram. More and more effort on our part to link with our day-to-day life. We have been treating this as a separate. We chant Ram Nam, we enjoy, but in our day-to-day life, probably we are not bringing the God dimension to the extent to which we are expected to. Once in a way we may be trying to do it. But now through these teachings, in-depth study of in quest of God, and now through Srimad Bhagavad Gita, through glimpses of divine vision, he is reminding us everything is okay, but now is the time for you to think about the origin. We need not bother about what other people God makes them to say. That is also the will of God. My guru or my approach, we have nothing to say about it, because God is behind that God is there. Not that behind us only God. God has got his own purpose in making them to say that. That is not an issue for us to discuss. We are trying to understand the real purpose of chanting. How he could scale the height. How Mataji could scale the heights in such a short time. I also want to scale. Okay, he made me to get preoccupied with so many things till this moment. Now he is slowly directing me to himself. So the one thing is, probably we can name it as, now what he prompts us is a little more clarity on the purpose of Nam Seva Dhyan. If we get more and more clarity, probably we may be able to do our sadhana more effectively. Because right from morning we are trying to link it with this life. There is no spiritual life and mundane life. Everything is spiritual. That becomes a reality only when the seva aspects become clearer to us. When I work for the household, when I work in the office, when I work for my friends, everywhere he is there, he is there, he is there. I should be able to bring that. Probably the efforts so far done by us have not equipped us. No, we will try now. While chanting and while doing non-chanting. Not merely chanting. Because non-chanting time is more than the chanting time in all of us. So what should I do during the non-chanting time? Chanting time, to a very great extent, we are enjoying it. Initially the mind may go here and there, but later on it gets grounded in the nama and we enjoy it. But during the non-chanting time, how do I connect myself? And how do I prepare myself to feel his presence? That is also there, the dhyana aspect. How do I prepare myself to feel his presence through inward journey? So these questions we ask ourselves, and then through Papa's teaching we may get some light, and it has to be done by ourselves. We make an earnest effort.
Yes, Mami.
Yeah.
Swamiji, please also explain systematized practice. That is very, very important, Swamiji.
A systematized process of thought and discipline. Thought and discipline means trying to go inward, outwardly the disciplines. We have to prepare a chart. We need not inform anybody. Certain do's and don'ts. The purpose of it is to make us to more and more go inward. That is why he said systematized thought and discipline. Kindly go through that word again and again. You know? Origin. It has been capsuled in a wonderful form. You know? Try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. To know who you are in reality is the real quest. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect, and then, embarking on the realm of the spirit, realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. He is quoting from his own experience. We have to keep on reading this and keep on dwelling on this and keep on trying to actualize it in our daily life. We fail, we forget because of the baggage we are carrying, but we are steadfast. We should be steadfast. Systematized thought and discipline. So some more fine-tuning is necessary in our journey, in our daily life.
Swamiji is steadfast in the time of Ram Nam doing and meditative chanting.
Seva is important. Most of the time we spend in seva, no? Seva means not serving others, in handling everything. Right from the moment we are in the waking state, whatever we do, whether we are trying to bring in this dimension, putting it in another way, have we been able to accept that nothing is unimportant, nothing is irrelevant, nothing is insignificant? Because everything has got a place in my life. Whether I name it as bitter or sweet, favorable or unfavorable, encouraging or discouraging, ennobling or pulling me up, down. Everything has got a place in my life for this fine-tuning. Am I in a position?
That will make a very conscious effort, not a random activity.
No.
It will always be in tune with, no, am I doing this the right way? All the time thinking about.
I may not be able to do that throughout, but in as much as possible I try. Even when I place the glass after drinking the coffee, I may not be able to do that, but when the whole process, right from my sipping the coffee and putting the cup back or cleaning the cup, somewhere 1 second, if I can bring that cup, the coffee, the milk, the sugar, the water, the heating process, the coffee from the berry to the coffee decoction, in a flash, any one of this, suddenly we realize we have not done anything, though we enjoyed the coffee. Bas, that is the starting point. Somewhere it has to enter. High time. Thus speaks. That is why he said, A life dedicated to the self-service of humanity is the true life. For such service, it is necessary that one should possess self-control. Let your service be done in a spirit of spontaneous love, which is by itself a great balm. True service lies in your not being conscious of having done anything for anybody while you are busily engaged in relieving the pains and sorrows of the people. A marvelous depth of patience, a spirit of never-failing forgiveness, a capacity to suffer cheerfully for the sake of others, all these then will be yours. Never in a slipshod, clumsy, irregular, half-hearted way. Where is that? No. He says, so whatever we may be doing, it should be done as perfectly as possible, with great care and love, and never in a slipshod, clumsy, irregular, or half-hearted way. The inner beauty must reveal itself in outer conduct. That one word is beautiful. Huh? The inner beauty must reveal itself in outer conduct. So when I handle a thing with a touch of love, with a touch of perfection, with a touch of dedication, with a touch of gratitude, that is the expression of the inner beauty. The inner beauty must reveal itself in outer conduct.
Swamiji, a simple thing like opening my house door with the key and throwing out the key on the table is not right.
When you go to the bathroom, you don't throw the clothes, into the wash basin. What is that? Washing machine. We will put yesterday, today, it has helped me to wear. So with a sense of gratitude. Like that, this is what Papa expects all of us. Along with chanting. During the non-chanting time, not along with chanting. No, during the non-chanting time, he wants all our actions to be done as perfectly as possible, with great care and love, never in a slipshod, clumsy, irregular, half-hearted way. The inner beauty must reveal itself in outer conduct. Puja Mataji's room, many of you might have been seeing it, when she was in body. Meticulous. Everything should be done as perfectly as possible, never in a slipshod, clumsy, irregular, half-hearted way. For us it is difficult because unknowingly we may cross these boundaries, but at least now he is making aware. The real purpose of chanting is to remember him, and the remembrance should remain unbroken even during the non-chanting time. And that is possible only when we do everything as perfectly as possible, and to remember this never in a slipshod, clumsy, irregular, half-hearted way. And he finally puts a stamp on it, What is that? Inner beauty must reveal itself in outer conduct. Do not renounce work but divinize work by doing it in full submission to the will of God. Work is worship when it is done selflessly in a spirit of dedication to God. Every work. Do not run away from the work given to you by the divine. Do it without the ego sense. Become willing instruments in the hands of the divine. Cheerfully do the work without any thought of the fruits. Work and be a detached witness of the work. This is from Thus Speaks. So he gives us these pearls, Suddenly I look at myself, what am I doing right from today, what I have been doing it. Have I been able to bring this dimension? If I have failed, I will try to do from now itself. This is what exactly Papa wants us. Is it becoming clearer?
Yes, Swamiji. We have to put it in practice. Every little action.
Yeah. With prayer. Because by ourselves, we don't want to do anything in an irregular way. But our old habit, our priorities, they decide how we handle. Certain things are okay, it's to be done like that. Certain things need not be done like that. Unknowingly, unwittingly, we shift the priorities. So now we are slowly understanding, trying to understand through Papa's words that not only it should be perfect, all my activities. When I open the tap, close the tap, when I put the clothes for washing, when I take my bath, when I come out of it, when I put on my dress, when I pray, when I eat, when I take my glass and plate, when I do the washing, we will slowly try. Because this seventh chapter, 6th sloka also was instrumental in thing. He is asserting, I am there in everything. Chara and Achara. Matter and spirit. We were trying to, unknowingly we were dividing this. Now he emphatically says through this sloka, they are the two sides of the same coin. Consciousness and matter. Spirit and matter. We pray to him to assimilate, absorb these golden words and try to facilitate it to percolate into our thoughts. Remain there, and whenever God provides us an opportunity to involve in, from the tiniest to the grossest, let us try to bring in this dimension. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Namaskaram, Swamiji.
Namaskaram, Namaskaram.
Pranam.
Pranam, Pranam, Pranam. Hari Om, Hari Om.